So you want to be a physician coach, consultant, or mentor. You want to help your fellow colleagues, but you think the whole process might be too convoluted, too complicated? Well, you're in for a treat. I'm going to break it down step by step how you can become a physician coach on this episode of BootstrapMD. Hey guys, Dr. Mike Wu Ming. Welcome to another edition of BootstrapMD. Now, as you probably are aware, our company recently launched a website called physiciancoaches.com. Now, any physician who is looking for a mentor, coach, a consultant, a trainer in any aspect of their life, non-clinicals. So at our site, if you're looking to get taught by your peers in relationships, in business, in helping you with your career, helping you with investing in money management, you can find them and you can go to physiciancoaches.com. And inevitably, I get questions like from people who say, hey, I'm a physician. I want to learn how to coach. What's the best way to go about it? Other questions, is it too saturated? How much money can you make as a physician coach? Is it all worth it? Well, I can pretty much tell you that every coach that we have here feels that it's worth it or they wouldn't be doing it. And what I decided to do is to have this episode devoted for anyone who is looking to become a physician coach, step by step. What are the steps you need to take to become a successful physician coach? But before we begin, let me answer some commonly asked questions. First off, why are so many physicians becoming physician coaches? Is it getting saturated? In my opinion, we are in the infancy because the amount of physician coaches that are out there is a very, very small number compared to how many physicians who actually need their services. The benefits are, as a physician coach, is they have a business where they're in complete control. They can decide when to work, where to work, how much to charge. We recently dealt with the pandemic, and I would venture to say that most physician coaches, their businesses weren't hurt. In often cases, it actually improved. There are people that they were able to have a business working at home. They didn't have to go to a hospital. They don't have to travel across the country. They were able to use web conferencing like Zoom to see clients. In terms of overhead, there's virtually hardly any. You're just basically sharing your expertise with others. You're not hiring a nursing staff. You're not purchasing medications. And they can decide, again, when and where they want to work. They can go part-time. Most people do part-time. Some of our full-time coaches. And some say, hey, I just want a break, and say, hey, I'm not currently taking any patients. It's all based upon what they currently want. In terms of how much can you make? Well, it varies. A burnout physician coach first starting out, I hear numbers like $5,000 for once a week or a few times a month on a coaching call for 3 to 6 months. Some may be a little bit lower, some may be a little bit higher. I know some professional coaches and businesses that charge $100,000 for coaching. It really comes based upon, what is the subject. I'll give you my own example. I mentor doctors who want to start up their cash-based practice. And I'm literally sharing them my knowledge, whether you call it expert secrets or industry secrets, that can literally save them hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on starting. Vendors I know, some ways that you can shortcut your success. And I charge accordingly because they know what benefit that I can give. So it really depends on that particular subject. So in terms of what can you charge, it's really based upon what is your expertise. My thing is, does your knowledge, if you share that with another person, they should get 10x that the amount of information, the amount of knowledge that they receive, that they should have benefits. But how can you put a price on repairing someone's marriage? Because these professional coaches, they have the knowledge and experience to help other people. So, like I said, they're able to charge what they can charge. And the reason why there is a big demand for coaching for physicians is because it works. give you an example with burnout. We all know how much billions of dollars physician burnout has been costing. Well, the solution, in my opinion, is peer-to-peer coaching. So there was a study done a couple of years ago from my alma mater, Mayo Clinic in JAMA, that showed they had 88 physicians and who had sustained some type of career disturbance, whatever you want to call it, burnout, whatever. And one group got professional coaching, so they were coached with a professional coach, 6 sessions for just 3.5 hours in total over those 6 months, versus another group that didn't get any coaching. And in terms of the results on that, the results were that the group that got the coaching decreased their emotional exhaustion by 30% and decreased their feelings of burnout by 20% compared to the controlled group. And when that professional coach happens to be a physician, I think the data is clear. You're going to even see a greater rate of success because, let's face it, since medical school, right? We've learned from other physicians. We know physicians. We like other physicians. We trust other physicians. Physicians want to do business with other physicians. And again, taking the case of burnout, to replace a doctor cost, I read somewhere, $1.4 million to replace them. So there are hospitals and big health establishments that need to deal with this burnout epidemic. And if the solution are physician coaches, there is no such thing as saturation. It's going to be continuing demand as this problem gets even worse. But it's not just about burnout coaches. At physiciancoaches.com, there are 10 other areas we're continuing to expand, whether it's helping you with your relationship, helping you with your family, how to deal with negotiation, careers, you name it, you can most likely find it. And I am just a big proponent of having more physician coaches.
Remember when you could practice medicine on your own terms? What if you could take control of your physician career, make more money while working smarter, not harder? Pick up your copy of The Positioned Physician. Earn more, work smart, and love medicine again. Now updated for 2021, The Positioned Physician details one doctor's journey from burnt-out employee to successful entrepreneur. Whether you are in residency, in mid-career, or close to retirement, after reading The Positioned Physician, you'll gain the knowledge that can strategically impact your doctor life. The Positioned Physician, now available on Amazon Kindle and paperback.
Okay, so if I've convinced you that you should become a physician coach, I just want to put out this little caveat here before you get started. First, if you know this is something that you want to do and you're currently working as a physician, you want to make sure you read your contract because there are some establishments who don't like doctors starting up their own business, working at another place. I just want to make sure that you're safe. So check your contract. If you can't find the information, contact Human Resources. Let them know that you're starting a side gig about becoming a coach and if something that you're able to do. Also, because you are a coach, you are having your own business. You are an entrepreneur. You need to be able to understand about hustling, that you need to be able to market yourself. Some people aren't very comfortable. Let you know, anytime you start a business, there's risk, as in anything you do. So if you're a little bit risk averse, this may not be the time. So, are you still with me? If you are, that means you're definitely interested in becoming a physician coach. So I'm going to share with you 10 easy to understand steps on how you can become a physician coach. Step number 1, decide on your coaching niche. What are you good at? What knowledge do you have? What specialized expertise that you're good at that you have directly impacted somebody's life? If you don't know, ask your friends. Who have you helped already? How has their life benefited from what you know? And it could be really anything, but is it something that people want to pay for? So, as an example, one of my students is really good at flipping real estate and making steady income through Airbnb. Well, that's a skill that she can teach other people. We all remember the adage, do one, see one, teach one. Now, it has to be something where people will pay money for. You know, I might be great at identifying weird 80s songs, but probably people aren't going to pay me for it. It always depends on 3 areas: improving their health, their wealth, or their relationships. Step number 2, decide whatever your knowledge is, do you need some type of certification? Now, we've talked about burnout, but you probably need to understand that the first burnout coaches, there wasn't any school or certification that there is now. They were just doctors who were burnt out. However, if you feel you're not comfortable professionally treating somebody in that, then by all means, get professional certification. But using the example of my real estate friend, that was just basically her life experience. And now she feels comfortable presenting that information and sharing it with others so others could benefit. So, step number 3, if you do feel that you need to get certified, then get certified. There's a whole bunch of different classes depending on what discipline you want to go into. If you want to go into life coaching, a popular one is Brooke Castillo's Life Coaching School. There's also the Physician Coaching Institute. Dr. Diane Ansari-Wynn has the Physician Coaching Academy. Again, depending on what you want to do, it will cost you some money to do this. You can inquire with these schools, see who's benefited from that, and what exactly do they teach to help you, the physician coach. So, you discovered your coaching niche, you found out what you're good at, you've either decided yes or no on certification, and now you're ready to coach somebody. So that's the next step. You're going to coach someone for free or low cost. You do this because you want to make sure that you even like coaching. You want to make sure that you enjoy the experience, and probably even more importantly, that your clients are going to get something out of it. So let's give an example. Let's say you want to coach and help other physicians on negotiation. It's something that you've done. You negotiate your own contracts. Perhaps you got some type of certification, and now you're ready to help other physicians do that. You can simply go find online. First, you can start with your friends. But then, if you've exhausted that area, go out to physician groups. There are plentiful out there on Facebook groups. You can post through social media, through Instagram or your LinkedIn, wherever you are most comfortable in doing so. And you can say something like this: hey, I've recently completed this certification course in negotiation, or successfully helping others negotiate their own contracts. If you're a physician who is got a new job offer and want another pair of eyes to look at your contract, happy to do it for free. And then just send them your contact information. And more than likely, you will get some type of response. If the area that you're going in is perhaps a bit longer, let's say you're doing relationship coaching, you can say, hey, do it for a period of 3 months. You're going to do that for free if they'd be willing to give you a testimonial. And that actually is why one of the major reasons why you're doing this is you're going to do it so you can get a testimonial from them, because that's what people who are going to be your prospective clients want to see is, did you impact somebody in a positive way? Did you help them with their life based upon your knowledge? And if they could do a video testimonial is the best one, because they see that transparency, they see it's being authentic, and those are going to be very valuable when you're going to be posting those and helping promote your coaching services. Now, you're going to be wanting to coach at least 3 people for free at a minimum of 3 months. And after you get those testimonials, I also want you to get some feedback. And that's step number 6. You're going to assess the coaching experience. You're going to assess, what did you like? What did you not like? Did it seem to work doing a once-a-week call, or was it something you needed to be in communication every day? Was it done best by email, or maybe you needed to do a Zoom call, or maybe you needed to be there in person, or could you have done it through a phone call? You're going to see what areas work best for you and any areas that didn't work as well for you. And it's not an assessment just upon your experience. You want to ask your clients what their perspective was, those free clients. That's why they're so valuable. What did they like? Was there something that you could have done better? Was there something that it was best just talking about helping you? Or did you feel like you needed some resources? Maybe you needed to put a PowerPoint slide together. I don't know what it is. Whatever you want, whatever was the best way that you communicated, ask, get some feedback. What did you think? What could you have done better? That is advice that is really worth its weight in gold. So after step 6, you've assessed it. That's when you can go back and you really need to brainstorm after that, because that is the crucial step. One of the crucial steps in this is step number 7, which is now you're going to be creating your signature coaching offer. So what do I mean by that? Most people who are coaching, they think they get paid per hour. I had a friend who recently, college friend came over, he asked me, how much should I charge per hour? And in my opinion, I had to tell him, the best way is not just per hour, it's based upon the experience that they get. And that's why they have coaching programs. Because it's very difficult to assess what is success. That's what you're going to determine in your assessment on whether it's a success or not. What is it that they got out of it? What did they get at the end? How did they change? How did they go from before they met you to after they met you? How would you know that they had success? How will the client know that they had success? It might be simple. Maybe you're a job coach and your goal is to get them a job. And that was the end point. If it's something where it's a life coach, that might be difficult to measure. What is success? What is the way that they felt that they benefited from your services? And that's what you have to think of in terms of your signature coaching offer. You're going to be talking about the format. You're going to be talking about how they're going to get the information. And then you're going to be talking about price. And that's something that you can ask too, to your free clients. Like, how much do you think I should charge for that? And they'll talk about what they had benefited from your program. And that's going to really help you out. It's very difficult to do this on your own. And that's why you really need the help of those friends and those clients to help to let them determine how much that you should charge. In most cases, you might be finding that you are charging much less than what you offer. So that was step number 7, creating your coaching signature offer. And the next step is actually what some might think is the most important step, but in my experience, this is probably the least important step, and I consider it optional, and that's getting a website, getting a coaching website. Now, this is the place where you're going to have those video testimonials that I talked about. You're going to be having it on your website. The website is nothing fancy. You're going to talk about yourself. You're going to talk about your signature offer and what's the best way to contact you. But you can actually replicate that on a LinkedIn. I know some coaches just get their prospects from just having a LinkedIn profile. That's what you need. Places to go to get a website. You can use Wix, you can use WordPress, you can use Squarespace. It doesn't really matter. And now we're at step 9. And unlike the previous step, I believe this is a crucial step. It is mandatory, but I might be a bit biased, is to fill out your profile on Physician Coaches. You can go to physiciancoaches.com. Just go to the site. At the upper right corner, there's a button that says Get Listed Today, and then fill out your coaching profile. Tell us about your coaching strengths, any certifications that you've had. List your website. What's the best way to contact you? You can put your testimonials of previous clients that you've helped. And then we're at step 10, and that's really where the fun begins. You're going to continue to market, scale, and grow your business. So that's in a topic all of itself, marketing yourself, marketing your coaching practice. What's the best way to start? One of the best ways is just with those testimonials we talked about, asking them if they have referrals, friends who may benefit from them. Continue to educate yourself more. As you continue to optimize your coaching practice, maybe you'll find that you have some weaknesses in areas that maybe you'll need some education in. And as in Physician Coaches, we have a professional option where our coaches are getting more education on helping them with sales, helping them with getting more online leads, helping them develop a coaching website. But there's lots of different resources where you can go to get that. That's just one of them. Continuing to grow your Physician Coaches continuing to help other people. That's really what it's all about. So let's kind of take it to summarize everything that we just talked about. Step number 1 is decide on your coaching niche. Number 2, decide if you need to be certified. 3, if so, get certified. 4, coach somebody for free or low cost. 5, after you coach them, get those testimonials. Number 6, assess your coaching experience, both yourself and the client. Number 7, create your signature coaching offer. Number 8, getting a coaching website done, which I consider optional. Number 9, list your website at physician coaches. And then number 10, continue to market, scale, and grow your business. And that's it. Those are the 10 steps. And the coaching industry can be very rewarding, not only financially, but personally and professionally. I know I've benefited from all of those different factors. And if that's something that's interesting to you, why not go and see if that's something that you like? And don't just think about it. Don't just research it. Go out there and actually do it. It's all about keep moving forward. Hey, Dr. Mike here. And if you aspire to become a coach or consultant yourself, I highly encourage you to check out my free on-demand masterclass, How to Become a Highly Paid, In-Demand Physician Consultant or Coach. On the masterclass, I'll not only share you my story of how I've become a physician consultant for over 15 years, I'll also share you real-life case studies of physicians who are actively doing this now, either adding or replacing their current income as a doctor. To register for the masterclass, we'll leave a link in the show notes. I look forward to sharing you this important information today.